Hey guys out there on the World Wide Web, this is Chappie here with new survival skills, and I'm not going to spend that much time looking at the camera right now, so you just get my side profile, because I am driving. But the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I've gotten so many emails on this subject, and so I wanted to kind of touch on it briefly. And the subject is Jade Helm 15. Okay, this is an operation that's being done by JSOC, the Joint Special Forces Operations Command, the Green Berets. There'll be some Navy SEALs involved in this, and regular infantry of the military. This is nothing new. Okay, these kind of operations happen in the United States all the time. They just don't get that much publicity. They don't get that much media coverage. They don't get that much whoa, the world is coming to an end by Alex Jones when they do happen. Okay? And since I did say something about him, let me just mention all that conspiracy theorist crap that Alex Jones preaches to the panic bell ringers of the world. You should really look into how wrong he is, how often he's wrong. I'm sure that some of the things that you conspiracy theorist people come up with, there's probably little shreds of truth and brief little bits of truth to these things, but they get so blown out of proportion, it's pathetic. Like the economic collapse of 2013 that was supposed to happen in December of 2013, and by January of 2014 we were all supposed to be bankrupt and in the poorhouse, and poverty was going to happen, and there was going to be all kinds of war and people fighting for food and everything. Dude, I just got done having fish and chips right now. I didn't have to fight anybody to eat it, okay? I've got money in my pocket. There was no economic collapse that happened in 2013, and we're all still here, okay? Is the country healthy like it should be? No, it's not. But back to the topic of Jade Helm 15. I've studied in depth many of these operations that have taken place in places like New York, Georgia, San Francisco, Los Angeles. They happen all the time. You just don't know about them happening as often as they do. Here in the state of California, Northern California, we have the Marine Mountain Warfare Center, and there's Marines up there conducting exercises all the time in open national forest land. You can hike into where they're training and find them training. It happens. Here in our forests, in Los Padres, in the Cleveland, in the Angeles, I've come across Marines and Army training. They're out there training on ground that is familiar to them because they're training on ground that is like where they're going to be deployed, okay? And this is the reason why they do these kind of operations. But the biggest thing that people like, that Nimrod, Alex Jones, they tend to forget and they overlook, they just kind of gloss over it is, if somebody was really going to declare martial law, like, do I believe that before the next presidential election, there's a chance that Barack Obama would declare martial law so that he could keep himself in the office and stay in power? I believe that could happen. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm saying that there's a possibility that it could happen because he has that option of doing that. And he's not quite all there from what I understand. So he could do that. I have no proof to say he's going to, okay? But it's not something that he would publicly let people know about. Jade Helm 15 was released, information about the operation was released to the people, police, members of government, all the fire department and people like that. They all knew that this was going to happen a year in advance. This wasn't something that was kept secret. It wasn't kept quiet. And you can turn around and say, well, the reason that they said these things, the reason why they told people these things was so that people just wouldn't be in a panic, or people would just say, oh, it's just an exercise like I'm telling you now. Well, if that's the case, it had the complete opposite effect. Telling people that they were going to do this operation actually made people turn around and say, I'm loading my guns and I'm preparing for war. So you have people in Texas, Nevada, Arizona, and yes, in the state of California, because we're one of the states that's included in this operation. If it's the government declaring martial law, don't you think California would be the last state on their list to take? I mean, most of you people that live in other states, especially Texas, have already written off California. You've already decided that everybody that lives in the state of California is a welfare-accepting liberal, and if they even have a license plate that says California on it, we're worthless. But that's not the truth. That's not the fact. There's plenty of people in the state of California who are conservative, God-fearing, God-loving, gun-toting Americans just like you are. That's why we still have guns in the state of California and they haven't been banned. Because we fought hard to keep our weapons. Have our magazines been reduced in their capacity? Yes. But we still have them because we fought for that. Okay? You may have better laws than we do, big whoop. You're no better than we are. Anyways, back to Jade Helm. So, if the United States government was going to do an operation where they were going to go in and start rounding people up and putting them into FEMA camps, they wouldn't let you know they were coming. You'll never know when it will happen. It's just like in the Bible where Christ is talking about the end of times and he's talking about the rapture. No man knows the hour, no man knows the day. And martial law would be just like that. Just like it says in the Bible that Christ will come for his church, his bride, like a thief in the night. Don't think that your government won't do the same thing. That they won't come like a thief in the night when you're sleeping, when you're just happy and peaceful and you're just snoring away in your good little Texas home and you got your guns all put around your house or whatever and you got one under your pillow, that they won't come in and just gas the crap out of everybody and just kill you off. There's no need to put you in camps. So for all the people that are panicking over Jade Helm 15 and you think that this is it, this is what it's going to be, they wouldn't announce it to you, you fools. They wouldn't give you the opportunity to pick up your firearm and fight against them. They're not going to tell you when they're coming because they don't want you to defend yourself. So, after Jade Helm 15 has ended, which according to some people, today is, I believe, July 3rd, Jade Helm has already begun. And I haven't heard any reports of anybody being put into concentration camps yet. I may be wrong, the date I might be putting the date a little further ahead, but I know that it's supposed to be like between somewhere in June, beginning of July, to September 15th. Okay. When September 15th comes and goes and you people in Texas, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, California, and New Mexico are all still living free and still got your guns, why don't you send an email to Alex Jones and tell him to shove it up his butt? Because that guy has done absolutely nothing but kept deflecting American citizens from seeing the truth about what's going on in government. While you guys are all panicked over things like Jade Helm, the President of the United States is selling us out right underneath our noses. While everybody's all in an uproar about the Confederate flag, the Confederate battle flag, and what it might have stood for, or what it does stand for to some people, you're all paying attention to this while you're over here doing this. And I've told you guys before in other videos, you need to watch what the left hand does and the right hand, because most of you are watching the left hand, and when you get done watching the left hand, the right hand's already knocked your ass out. So, until next time, this is Chappie with New Survival Skills saying, I know you're going to survive Jade Helm 15. So until the next time we talk, take care and take care of the wild.